Okay, the market is falling. Bitcoin is under 60,000. And there is a warning. There are many warnings I'm seeing out there. Recession warnings. There are companies stacking hundreds of billions of dollars of cash. And people are saying, what do they know that we don't? There's warnings from Blackrock and tweets about it. Let me explain what's happening and let me show you what's happening behind the scenes. What the big brains are thinking about crypto right now. And I did just place a trade. To be clear, if you want to trade, there is a link down there to MargX where you can trade cryptocurrencies in a few seconds. It's not right for everyone, but there is a link. Also, the dog's in here now. I don't know if you guys ever want to see the dog. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe we'll feature her in a video. But as you can see here, Bitcoin is falling down. $60,000 per Bitcoin. We actually fell a little bit lower than that. A lot of altcoins are falling too. Like I said, if you do want to trade this, you can check out the link to MargX underneath the video. You can also check out the link to CoinW where there is an airdrop. And let's start here. A lot of liquidations, $244 million worth of longs liquidated in the last 24 hours. A lot of that coming from Bitcoin, a lot coming from Ethereum as well. As you can see here, Ethereum actually fell under 2,900 earlier, down 10% for the last 7 days, which is about what Bitcoin is. But Solana, 21%, Doge, 19%. Let's just look at the last 24 hours. Just wreckage. Brett down 15%, Dog with Hat down 12%, Pepe down 11%, Athena, so many coins down. Now, like I said, I did place a trade right before starting this. We're up about 4%. I told the Patreon about it. Low leverage long positions. I love it. A lot of people are saying, that they're scared out there. And I see that. You can just look up crypto right now. Trump's crypto embrace could be a disaster for Bitcoin. FBI issues serious crypto warning amid $300 billion Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever it is. There's so many FUD articles out there. And again, I realize that whenever there's like an alarming title or something, even if I'm saying other people are thinking that people get worried, right? They think that I'm bearish on this market. They think that I think the crypto market is done. And I do see other people tweeting that. But you have to stay through because that's not actually how I feel. That's not what I think is happening here. But as you can see, U.S. investors trigger major Wall Street sell-off over recession fears. Why a weaker jobs market is sparking recession fears. So much fear about these weaker jobs reports, so much fear about the inflation, so much fear that the markets are falling down. Even really profitable businesses are selling at a huge discount. Amazon has a 100% gain in earnings per share, and they're down 10% on the day. You have people tweeting about this. This chart is wild. Ask yourself, what does Buffett know that I don't? Berkshire's cash pile hit a record $277 billion as it slashes Apple stake. As you can see, they increased their cash by almost 50% last quarter. But take a look at this. This is from Joseph Carlson. Berkshire has $277 billion in cash. This statement proves nothing. It's a headline used for clicks and shock value. Any useful discussion on Berkshire's cash balance should be compared to Berkshire's market cap or book value. When the $277 billion is compared to book value of the company, it's well within the historical range. As you can see here, yeah, it is quite normal. Total book value, 450. Cash, short-term investments, 188. Okay, it moves up in lockstep. As companies become more profitable or as companies grow, they do need more cash. Apple needs more cash than they did 10, 20 years ago, right? And they are getting good cash-on-cash returns at the banks. But I see so many articles like this where people spread FUD. And I get it because, you can get views right now from that. And hopefully this video isn't doing that because hopefully I'm providing more context, right? Some people say, what does Buffett know that I don't? I saw someone tweeting about this. BlackRock issues unprecedented warning after $300 billion Bitcoin and crypto price crash. There are Twitter calls or, there are Twitter pages out there. They're talking about the next Bitcoin crash. We're in the next Bitcoin crash. We're going down to 20K, 30K, 40K. This is from a month and a half ago. So you can say that BlackRock is issuing this huge warning, but that's not really what's happening here. Let's see where they actually say it. Yeah, so we see central banks forced to keep interest rates higher than pre-pandemic to tackle persistent inflationary pressures. This is one analyst, or maybe a couple analysts that are at BlackRock. There are other analysts that say that if you want Bitcoin in your portfolio, the math says that you should buy 106% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, because that's the price that that Bitcoin just returns such a high percentage year over year. The ROI is so high. So you can get analysts on either edge of the spectrum, but look at what's happened recently. The Fed's done a 180 from a month and a half ago, or at least a 180 since this was published a month and a half ago. They're basically saying, yes, we're going to cut in September. Now the markets are actually pricing in 2 cuts in September because the unemployment rate went up and inflation rates have gone down. So yes, there is some fear right now. And to be clear, like Blackrock issued this, like I said, they issued this warning a month and a half ago. So anyone that's spreading FUD on Twitter with no context, just take it with a grain of salt. Look at what's really happening. BlackRock continues to buy the dip. They bought 683 Bitcoin yesterday. Take a look at this. From the beginning of the year, they bought 328,000 Bitcoin to July 19, and then they bought 7.6. They bought another 7.6 thousand, another 1,000, another 1,000, 1,353, 3,000, 1,000. They continue to buy 17,000 Bitcoin in the last 2 weeks or so. The last few days have been small days for them, but they continue to buy hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin a day. Not everyone's doing that, but BlackRock, I think, is smarter money than a lot of the other people out there. Mr. 100, who sold at 68, now is buying at 61, 62, buying 213 Bitcoin on the first, buying another 312 or something, 313 Bitcoin yesterday, buying another 104 today. Altcoin Hero makes a good point. If you think this is the top, think again. Global liquidity hitting all-time highs. Morgan Stanley advisors starting to push Bitcoin. 16 billion in FTX repayments starting. American politics turning pro-crypto. Senator Loomis bill. September interest rate cuts. ETF tailwinds. Now, you might be saying, okay, all those things are great, but why are we falling down? Why are we falling down? And I covered some of the stuff before. Recession fears, liquidations. But you have to remember, a lot of the crypto market comes down to traps. What will you believe? What can smart money make dumb money believe? Right? And I'm not saying that you're dumb money, but just retail investors. Do they get flooded out of their investments? Do they sell when they see a 20% drop? Yes, a lot of people do. So whales are able to push down the prices and then get people to sell and then buy back. They can buy the dips and then push it back to new all-time highs. Alex Becker says, I honestly think this is the bear trap before the absolute blow-off market top into a hard depression. Fed will panic, decrease rates, market goes nuclear up, and inflation comes raging back. Risk and crypto flies and dollar dumps. Then something bad happens and the hard reset occurs. The best thing to do would be to let us go into recession now, but they won't do this and they can't afford it. A highly attentive person can make a lifetime of wealth within the next 12 months, in my opinion. Now, some people don't want to sell their crypto out there. Even if we have a blow off top, they say, I'm not selling. I'm going to hold on to my Bitcoin forever. And I respect that. Having been through a couple market cycles, I do think I will sell all my altcoins and I will sell a portion of my Bitcoin, right? I just think that when the market gives you 1,000 lemons for the cost of 100 lemons, you sell some of those lemons, or you buy the lemons, I guess, in that scenario, right? If someone's willing to pay you much more than something's worth, maybe you say Bitcoin's priceless. Okay, great. But if you can take life-changing money and put it into something different, and then also keep some of that original investment, but lock in the value, I think it makes sense, personally. And, not everyone wants to do that. I get it. I'm not trying to tell you to do anything. You can do whatever you want. Whenever I sell, I'm not uncertain if I'm going to talk about it on the channel, to be honest, because I've done that before. And most people don't want to hear that because the most people are coming into the market at new all-time highs. So, I make a video about how I'm selling. Everyone says I'm an idiot. Not really a lot of point in doing that at that point, but just know I will take profits. I've done videos talking about how I'm going to do it in the past. So if you want, you can go search for those videos, but I will be taking some profit. I agree with Alex Becker that there is going to be lifetime wealth built. So it doesn't make a lot of sense just to keep all your altcoins marry them, keep them forever, because a lot of them will fade away, right? And that's just my opinion. I will always hold some Bitcoin though, because I think we do have a likelihood, whatever likelihood that is, whether it's 5%, 90%, I think it's somewhere in between there, that we just continue to have a mega bull run, because eventually Bitcoin will act like the S&P 500 or like certain stocks where, yes, they will have downturns, but we could have a 5 or 10 year bull market where it just appreciates 10, 20% a year. Now, are we there yet? No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, you can just tell from the volatility even this year. We've gone up, 100% in the last year? And then we can have 20% corrections pretty easily in Bitcoin compared to other assets. I mean, yeah, from the top to the peak, we're down 27% from, again, 73,500 to 53,500. We can have big dips, but overall, we could have, like I said, that mega rally that continues on for a long time. And I do want to hold some Bitcoin. I think it's a wonderful asset that outperforms just about everything in traditional markets. So keeping a little bit of allocation towards it, I think makes sense, right? So let me know your thoughts on that underneath the video. I'm not fudded out. I'm not scared during this time. Honestly, this is just, I know we've talked about this, but this is basically the same range. I mean, it's the lower side of the range. So if you feel like dollar cost averaging here, it might not be the worst idea. We have seen a lot of support around this region. I mean, from 59,000 to 60,000, we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 different times that we've hit. And of course, we could always fall down further. You can't be playing this for the short term. I saw someone today, actually, I saw a different YouTuber talk about how if you had $2,000 or $3,000, he thinks if you were going to save it, like in the bank, if you're just saving that $2,000 or $3,000 for something, that you should put into crypto. And I think that's a horrible idea. I do. I think maybe that's the most uncrypto thing of me to say, but you can only put in money in this market that you don't need, maybe ever, depending on what you buy, but at least for the next year and a half. Like, you should not assume that you can put money into crypto and get it back out in a few months. I would just assume that anything I put in here, depending on what I put it in, like if it's an altcoin, I have to be willing to lose it. If I put into Bitcoin, I have to realize I might not sell this for a long time. Like maybe even minimum 4 years. If this was the top of the cycle, and most of us are wrong, 4-year bear market. I don't think that's happening. We're way earlier. We're way lower than we've ever seen a bull market. But I am willing to deal with that. If we fall down to 30,000 again, like I'm okay with that. I'm fine. Let me know your thoughts though. I don't think that's anywhere where we're going. I really don't think we're going to see a $30,000 Bitcoin anytime soon. I don't think we're going into another bear market. But keep in mind, last bull market, depending on how you thought about the peaks, we did see a 50% drop. So I suppose that could happen. I don't think it's likely to happen with everything that's happening in the background. I think this is another fake out. I think this is just normal at this point. I think most of us that have been around the block are okay, but I do see some people freaking out there. Let me know your thoughts though. Are you dollar cost averaging? Are you just buying as much as you can? Are you just sitting on the sidelines? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to check out Margex or CoinW underneath the video, you can check it out. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.